This S-Class is a luxury car, okay? How it's assembled. So we're gonna watch two parts of it. So we don't really need to watch. So look at this sophisticated part of the machinery, right? It's part of the assembly line. So you're making a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. It's awfully expensive. So you need to take your sweet time, do it methodically, precisely, as the Germans like to say. Yeah. That's about a 10 seconds of good footage. Let me show you the best job in the world. The best, no job can beat this. There's a sweet lady. She has a fantastic job. Let's see what she does. Oh, add tube. Look at her concentration. So, no, I'm going to explain it. Okay, heighten it. That's the front end. I think she goes to the back end too. I want that job. Okay, enough. Okay, that's the back end. That's the trunk. Spray, spray, lubricate. Okay, so we get the point, right? So what's the point? So then when you install the engine, okay, it needs to take sweet time, right? Or the workers or even the assembly line, robotic arms. You need to allow the time. So you put the engine in right. The lady who puts on the Mercedes-Benz Star, I mean, she took her time, but she could have just slapped the thing on, right? I mean, how off can that be? So this translates to protein folding. Imagine if you switch the job assignments. The lady at the end, she goes to install the engine, okay? And you tell her, I'll give you 2 minutes to do the engine, right? The engine team, I used to say, take 30 minutes to do the engine and say, yeah, you can go to the back and put on the Mercedes-Benz Star. You can still use 30 minutes to put on the Star, okay? You won't have a problem with putting on the Star. But do you think you want to give that lady 2 minutes? What did I say, 2 minutes? Yeah, 2 minutes to install the engine. What do you think that car will look like? Okay, bring it back to protein folding. It will be misfolded, right? Now, let's go up a few frames. Okay, so now, remember this? In the end, you wanted it to fold into this. Okay, this is ironically, this will be the assembly line worker for the protein because it's an elongation factor G for prokaryote protein peptide translation elongation. Okay, you wanted it in this shape and you wanted it to fold part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individually correctly and collectively correctly, yeah? So then when this part comes out, you say, oh, wait a minute, I kind of need the time to fold it into shape because, let me ask you, what if you don't allow the time for this to fold into this shape? Not really. Give it a little bit more thought. With the later part. Thank you, Fred, and that's a brilliant comment. So you can't rush the step. You say, at this step, I need to be slow, okay? Now, let me just literally translate this, okay? This may not pan out to be exact fact, but I think I've taken you too deep in the story. You can't get out without having to accept my presentation, yeah? So now see there's a yellow part, there's a little stemmy little part, okay? You want this part to be fast or slow? You want this part to be, relatively speaking, slow. So you want this part to fold so that it won't get to see the yellow part coming out, right? And so the yellow part can do its folding And then now you wait for the green and blue and pink part to come out, and then the yellow and red can associate, and then it go on to this. What if you change the codon here to make it a fast one? Yeah, say there's arginine in here, for argument's sake, right? It used to be the 4%. Now you give it the 36%. Yeah, it's gonna yank it through really fast. Now, the red is gonna see, oh, you know what? I like green a lot better than myself. I am going to do this. Okay, so that's the meaning. That's the meaning here. The effect of codon usage on translation elongation speed affects the time available for the co-translational protein folding process, thus affecting protein structure and function. Perfect sense? Yeah.